Yo-ho, what is up, everyone? Odin here. Hoping this goes well because I've never done anything like this before. And the main reason I'm doing it is for uh, a new friend, I guess. He's been on a stream together and see him in chats a lot. And he is such a cool dude with a great creative mind that I'm really excited to check out. Infinitale Chronicles. There it is. This is what I received, and I've been sitting on it for weeks now because I've been wanting to do this and actually unbox it. And I've never done anything like this. Never thought in a million years that I would be somebody who would do something like this. But I was excited to do it for the sake of this book because Chris seems so cool, and he got me very pumped for what I am about to open up. So we're going to get into it. Cut his branded tape, which I thought was a great touch, as it were. Not cut myself on stream, that would be embarrassing. And somehow get through all this. Because I'm one of those ones, like, it all starts in childhood. Are you one of those who just rips the shit out of a package and not care about it? Or are you like me and you're a little more take your time, and even though you're just ripping into it anyway, you want to do it nicely? So as you can see, it's nicely bubble wrapped inside of this shipping sleeve. And like I said, it did have the branding tape, which I like. That touch. It's a good idea. Bubble wrap is very clean. I'm guessing, if I had to guess, that Chris Fisk is somewhat OCD by the way this tape is done on the bubble wrap. But everything arrives and it looks to be in great condition. Now, one thing, and anybody who's watched old videos of mine knows that my career, I am a structural packaging designer, which means I design, it's a fancy way of saying designing boxes, but I do displays, I do industrial packaging, retail packaging, all that stuff. So packaging is at the forefront of my mind at least 8 hours every work day. And when I go to the store, it's all I look at. My ex used to laugh every time I walked in the store. I was just looking at displays, looking at everything. So I was impressed when Chris shared how he had packaged this, and I think I'm still going to be impressed for that very reason, as I am a structural packaging designer. So like I said, it's a fancy way of saying box designer, and I don't even do graphics. I do the actual structure, so it's more like, for lack of a better term, because I don't consider myself an engineer, it's engineering. But really, when it comes down to it, it's glorified origami. I take something flat, put scores in it to fold it up to make a three-dimensional object. So what I'm seeing now is, in the business, some people call these mailers. I think, yes. Funded with Indiegogo. Some people call these mailers. The correct term is rolled end, tuck front, or lock front, depending on who you ask, maybe what part of the country you're from. A rolled end lock front or tuck front. And I will tell you the reason once I get the plastic off why it is called that. This is great. I can tell it's nicely digitally printed. And it looks like a video game. Like a giant video game package almost, which I know he may be into, but I know he's into the actual role-playing games, and I think that's part of this, is that the comic book is a add-on, or vice versa, that they're a part of each other. So the comic book and a role-playing game of the same Infinitale Chronicles. The back, I guess it shows what would be checked off here. I got the Founders bonuses and the standard edition full color. Lots of other cool stuff that I didn't pay to get checked off, but it could have got checked off. So anyway, this is called a rolled end tuck front because if you can see these sides here, when it's flat, they roll and curl around and tuck. And then this front, this is the tuck front, has these little dog ears that go into this slot, create the tuck front, with dust flaps. And a nice white interior box, which you pay extra for, so that's always appreciated. Some nice air cushioning. And the book in its bubble wrap with a sleeve to hold, I imagine, what I got that was not the book. So we will break into this bubble wrap. Again, everything looks very meticulously packaged. And I don't know, Chris may be like, I just throw shit together. But I imagine him being somewhat OCD. And here it is. Get it out of here. It is bagged with a beautiful cover. He had told me very inspired by Tolkien style lore and world building. And that was the thing that was most impressive when he was on stream with him, was him discussing the world and the maps and the language. He'd just done so much work to create an immersive world, which I think is amazing. Something that I'm too lazy to do, I think. So let's look at the goodies first before we get into the book. What do we got here? We have an Infinitale Chronicles sticker, a thank you note, which I'll look at here in a sec. Oh, interesting. So variant cover, what are these, 6 by 10, roughly? Variant cover images. Yes, variant cover A, variant cover B, and original cover, which are all gorgeous and very cool. I have 3 daughters. I may split this up with them and have them hang them on their walls. Here's the goodie I got because, well, maybe you can see it better here. Because that ass. That was a great posture, a great pose. And as you can see, it is a prism, I believe, printed, which is just a foil stamped style. But that is beautiful and very cool. And a very seductive look to have a woman sticking her ass out like that and over a balcony. Here, we'll give you this. Oh, where am I? There we are. Beautiful image and great print on that. We'll look at this thank you really quick. Oh, so it's advertising the new book 2 that should be coming sometime this year. To Odin, it was personalized. Thank you for supporting my independent book. This book series is the culmination of decades of research, writing, and testing. In other words, my life's work. I'm incredibly grateful to have the opportunity to present these stories to the world, and also for those interested enough in following their production into graphic novellas. Thank you again for being here with me on this truly epic journey. If you have read these stories, I'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback, which I will give to you, Chris, once I get to reading it. But we're just going to take a cursory look at the artwork and the overall feel of your book. So I'm going to move some stuff out of my way so I can do this proper under my camera. Beautiful universal galaxy establishing shot. Long ago, or perhaps in some distant future, our tale begins of the alien world of Speria, if I pronounce that correct. Great, vibrant colors and artwork. I can tell I'm going to like it a lot. Very elven-looking characters, because they all have Spock ears. You know an elf when you see one, they have Spock ears. They're not Vulcans, they're elves. I like that. That's cool. Real quick, I wanted to see who was the main artist. Antonio Brandao, and some additional art by Chris Fisk. Elven babies being born. I dig it. Good job by the colorist, establishing night and day with the colors. I'm not going to go through the entire thing, but just get an idea of the feel of the artwork, which is very fluid, very clean. Definitely tells the story well, I can already tell. Beautiful dragons. Did you see that one? Hydra, the many-headed dragon. So I'm guessing, again, I was guessing that Chris was OCD, but I'm also guessing that he has a history of fantasy role-playing games, if I had to guess, because I can feel it and see it all over the place. And I'm also told, if I remember correctly, this was all his own made-up language, which that's again dedication, a level of dedication that I don't know that I would ever do, although it is quite awesome. I've got their own hieroglyphs here, telling stories. I like this horned character. He looks like a much smaller version of Odin. Book 2. To be continued in Book 2, The War of the Tree Saga. I got character bios here, which I love. I think that's a great addition. Showing an advertisement for the role-playing game that is going to be coming. As you can see, a bunch of characters sitting around a table. Dice in hand, I'm assuming. Yep. I see some look like 8-sided dice, but could be 10-siders. Infinitale, the role-playing game, coming soon. I've got another ad here for Hycon Media, so that's cool. And then the back is really hard to see. We'll do it this way. This beautiful, I'm guessing it's a symbolic tree, and then I'm having trouble with my camera, like finding out where to. And then these are the lettering of the language he created. You know, they're rune-esque, but all in all, very cool, and I'm excited to dive into it and read it. Yes, and I was very excited to get this book again, based on the personality of Chris and how in-depth he had thought about all elements of the world he was creating. And when you say it's very Tolkien-inspired, that was one thing that blew everyone's mind about Tolkien, was how immersed he was in his own lore that he was creating. So, once again, looks like a great book, and I'm excited to read it. And Chris Fisk, best of luck on Infinitale Chronicles issue number 1, and we're excited for issue number 2, which will be coming out soon. Yeah. Gets a thumbs up so far. This is Odin. Take care.